MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
As Forrest Gump was saying, just like that, it was Friday.
Yes.
Whew, good morning.
Happy it's Friday. I'm glad it's the weekend.
In the 50s as we head for a high of about 84 today. So perfect weather. We're probably going to get a little rain before this is done on Sunday afternoon, so be prepared for that. Carry you an umbrella as you head off to church on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Be on the safe side of life.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be pretty most of the weekend, though.
All right. We got a special guest coming up in just a moment. Now, I'm not going to say who's got their Dwight Yoakam britches on today, but just saying.
Gosh.
How are you?
I'm good.
Made it almost on time.
Yeah, I was on time. I was.
We said hi. Okay, hit the button.
No, I was here a little bit before the high.
Lots to talk about today as we'll get into what has happened over the last 24 hours. And, you know, the scary part is what is coming up over the next 24 hours. And if you're watching from television, you haven't turned on anything from last night. Yep, you guessed it, another shooting in Meridian, Mississippi. We'll have pictures later today as daylight breaks. It was a little dark to get a full-scale understanding of what happened last night, again in the same areas where the two murders happened yesterday near Meridian Cycles. We're going to get into that in just a moment, so don't rush off. We are getting reports. I don't have anything other than some mentions that something going on North Hill Street, a presence of MPD is the way it was worded to me. Mm-hmm. So if I get more information on that, we'll break in with that information as it comes about. Could be nothing. A lot of people see things, but we'll see if any more comes of that. And as Friday comes about, it is great to be here. Fishing rodeo tomorrow?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find where I put the old rodeo there. It's going to be out at QB Sykes Park is where that's going to take place. And reckon what I've done with it, Candace. There's Collinsville Day. Let's see here. I can change this and go back here and pull it up here for us, so we'll be able to know what we're talking about there for the kids.
To get your bait and your poles and all that ready.
There we go. Yeah. It's the Kids Fishing Rodeo tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. Saturday, April 30th, ages 5 to 17. It's 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And they've got the pond, or the lake, I guess, stocked with catfish.
They do. Mm-hmm. Come on out, bring the kids, a bunch of ages there, and they'll open it back up to the general public beginning at coming up at 11. All right, I'm going to let you introduce our big special guest that we've got this morning. She's going to tell us more about what's happening. Let me hit this button here. Here we go. Welcome. How are you?
Yes. Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Marie.
Yes, the one and only Marie Roberts. I have it's a running joke. You'll pardon me, but I've decided I'm going to be the self-appointed assistant to the mayor of Collinsville. If we were ever to incorporate, I guess I would be the assistant to whoever actually runs the little town. But I'm here to talk about all things Collinsville Day coming up Saturday, May 7th.
That's next weekend if I'm doing my arithmetic right.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's about to be May, and I'm just shook at how quickly this year is passing.
April just kind of went by at the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I kind of thought the exact same thing.
How long does it take to put this thing together?
Well, so the Collinsville Community Club really kind of takes the charge on this, and they start going in and bringing in advertisements and starting accepting vendor apps all the way early up till January or February. Ooh. And so that group of folks, we encourage everyone to get involved in the Collinsville Community Club. They are the flagship leaders of Collinsville Day, and it's everything from vendor booths to fundraisers for the local fire department. The West Lauderdale Youth Association brings in games like t-ball, baseball, softball. And so it's just really kind of a good family-friendly day.
Give me an outline of this. If I'm driving from Meridian, I come to the four-way stop, and I'm sitting there, where would this be held at? Left, right, straight, where at?
Yeah, so if you are sitting at the four-way stop facing north, so if you're at that four-way stop, basically with Toby Chisholm's there on your right, Chevron there on your left, you're going to see lots of crowds up the hill to your left. So Twisted Nutrition is that brand new loaded tea joint right there at the corner. Yeah. And then right above there, what we call the Old McPhail's parking lot, which houses like Tate's Firework and Mike Rice Auctions. You're going to start seeing vendor booths right up through there, going all the way up to Collinsville Hardware and Taylor's Dance Studio. And for this year, it's actually actually bigger and better than ever. We have almost 60 vendors who are scheduled to set up, and it's everything from folks selling homemade goods and crafts to food items. And we actually have some informational booths this year as well, so I'm kind of excited to see what's happening there.
Anybody selling banana pudding? Let's get down to what really matters here.
Yeah.
I do know that we're going to have several different dessert options that are going out there. You guys know I have 2 little tiny kiddos, and so I was always kind of thinking about what can they be doing while all this amazing shopping and food and things are going on. So I'm super excited. Party Animals, which is also local to the area, they're going to be setting up a kid zone with like inflatable bouncy houses, a unicorn that you can take pictures with, and they're going to be set up right behind Twisted Nutrition as well. So I know my kids are looking forward to that.
Let me pull this up where we can kind of see a list of what's going on here on the screen there, and describe to us here as the day comes about.
Yeah, sure. So we do have an event page on Facebook. You can find it Collinsville Day 2022. There's a discussion tab where we try to post relevant things that are going on. Just this morning, we did release the West Lauderdale Youth Association game schedule. As I mentioned, my oldest will be playing 2 T-ball games that day. So shout out to Team Astros there. Why they scheduled at 9 a.m., I have no idea because
That's
they
early.
must not know me very well. But as I mentioned, we do have almost 60 vendors who are signed up. Everything from custom woodworking to car freshies and really everything and anything in between. We do have several sponsors of the event, and these are folks who really are choosing to invest back in their community and really highlight all the great things happening in Collinsville. I'm also excited to share the Collinsville Volunteer Fire Department will be hosting lots of different things like a silent auction. They're going to do like a fireman's test competition, and they'll also be doing some plates. And then the big thing that I'm most excited about, I did not realize, I was born and bred in Collinsville, right? So please know I'm a Collinsville girl. Apparently chicken plates are super popular. I don't know if you've heard about the Collinsville Day chicken plates, but apparently they're like a thing, and people are wanting to know about the chicken plates. So I'm excited to share the chicken plates will be back, and the Collinsville Community Club have ordered plenty of those. So come hungry. You can pay for them there and eat, or you can pay for them and take them home to enjoy later. So
they have a little area behind the community club where you can sit and eat, right, with picnic tables.
Yes, and so it's like a covered pavilion. There's some shade structure. We actually had a local student who pressure washed the area for us, and so we're excited. The students from West Lauderdale High School actually have come together, and there's one group who are actually putting in a new sign there for the community club. So shout out to those students, Danny Johnson and his students. And then the art students, Rhea Mabry, her art students are actually painting the horse that you guys probably are used to seeing at the 4-way stop. It hasn't been stolen. It hasn't disappeared. Her art students are actually coming together and putting a fresh coat on there, so that way we can put our best foot forward and look nice for Collinsville Day.
What about a car show? Do y'all have a car show this year?
We do, yes. So Collinsville First Baptist Church right there on Highway 19 is hosting a car show that's going to be going on around 9 a.m. that morning. And so a lot of really cool like roadsters and antique vehicles, with 100% of the proceeds going to the missions team there at Collinsville First Baptist. And there's a flyer posted there in the group, and it's always a good time because you get to see some really cool cars.
And what no one is, and before us is we always see the comments that people are sending in about things going on. The most unasked question I want to hear is, has your husband ever won an argument with you?
No, I don't ever let him talk. It's literally just like, as long as I keep the conversation going, it's not like he can ever get a word in, right? So it's kind of a win-win.
I couldn't help but ask that. So you went to West Lauderdale, I take it.
I did, yes. Collinsville girl. I say born and bred. Technically, I'm a military brat, so I was technically born in Kentucky, but I was there all of about 3 days before we moved back.
That counts as being there.
That's right.
You
that's
one
right.
of us, amongst us.
Yes.
So this gets underway again 9 a.m.-ish?
Yeah, so our vendors and everyone will be setting up prior to that time, but booths will be ready for shopping right around 9 a.m., same time that those T-ball games will kick off, and then the chicken plates will be available around 10:30 or so.
Yeah.
So for me, I always tell everybody, I call Collinsville the best little unincorporated community in the world. It's one of the days where I get to see the people that I know and the people that I love come together and really just kind of rally. We get to support local. We get to... it's kind of like a giant family reunion, I guess.
Yeah.
And so you get to eat good and shop good and support local. So it's really, you check all my boxes.
It's always growing. Great place.
Yeah. So I think we've probably grown so large at this point that people are always like, well, where do we park? So if you haven't already joined that Facebook event, Collinsville Day 2022, we're going to try to post some suggestions on places that you can park to make sure you can get where you want to go. But I'm just looking forward to showcasing all that our little community has to offer.
I know Carrie needs to get the tea stuff ready because, I think that's it's the thing.
Yes, super popular.
Yes. We go to ball tournaments, and people order teas to be delivered to the ball tournament wherever we are. I don't care where it's at. So I know people are going to be bombarding her on Saturday.
And like good sweet tea.
Next Saturday. Yeah.
I told you guys that, Collinsville is like a giant family reunion, right? I'm literally seeing my mom saying, "Good job, I see you on Scotty Ray." I'm like, "Thanks, Mom, love you too."
It's also like a class reunion too, because you see, or just a school reunion. I always see all these people I went to school with and hung out with. It was just, I don't know. It is a great time to be able to see everybody. So.
And really and truly, you just get a major shout out to all those businesses. I mean, because you think about where we're located, we're right there in front of Collinsville Hardware. We're in what many folks may know as the old Collinsville Community School, as well as Taylor's Dance Studio. And as I mentioned, Carrie's spot there, Twisted Nutrition. And then we also have the building, Mr. Jeff Tate with Tate Fireworks and Mike Rice Auctions. They're kind enough to really let us sit up in front of their areas. And we've got that new auto store, Collinsville Auto, as well. So those are the businesses who sacrifice a Saturday morning and really let us rally together and do something that is family friendly, it's community oriented, all ages, all people are welcome, and just to see something different. I love to support local, and I mean, even just in the last 2 years, I've been able to find a new provider for like gourmet bath soap as a result of Collinsville Day. I found a new woodworking laser engraver as a result of Collinsville Day. So it's just kind of cool to see you have all these talents right here that we can showcase as a result.
Y'all work on getting a town mascot. I don't know that Collinsville has one, do they?
Oh, that needs to be my next project.
See, look at there.
I'll get up Monday morning, like on the 9th, and start working on that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for dropping by. Hang around a second or two if you don't have to rush off. We've got a lot coming up this morning, a lot to discuss as this Friday morning begins. Y'all stay close. And thanks so much for telling us so much.
Yes.
Rock House Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rock House will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rock House Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville has these great savings this week. Idaho potatoes, a 8-pound bag, $3.99. Fresh blueberries, $3.99. Dixie Crystal Sugar, a 4-pound bag, only $2.39. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. Bryan Wieners, $1.69 for a 12-ounce package. And certified Angus beef top sirloin steak, $6.29 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
It's a scientific fact. When faced with the question of wanting more or less money, people will choose more money every time.
The large pile?
I'm Attorney Richard Schwartz. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, why choose less? Call me, and I'll get the money you really deserve. Why pick less when you can get more?
He got me more.
Much more than I expected.
You can't argue with science. Call me. One call, that's all.
Welcome back. We are Scotty Ray, and this is Candace here. She's the lady in black. Is that what that is, or is that gray?
Black. Well, I guess it's like a dark charcoal.
I'm colorblind. I never was good at that. We welcome you. Now, there's going to be a little backup traffic, if so to speak, as you go to downtown Meridian today. You can go in, but you can't go out after 10 o'clock. Kind of sounds spooky, doesn't it? Let's pull this up. This is the notice that we got from the city of Meridian. Beginning at around 10:15 this morning, they're going to shut the southbound lane, which is the way out, where you kept seeing all that construction on the edge of the bridge where they've been cutting the concrete. Yeah. If I remember correctly, that's going to one lane out of town with a walkway down there is what they're trying to accomplish there.
And you've been able to drive through the area, even with them working, but today it's going to be closed.
It is. I remember my granddaddy telling me about, and I don't remember before they put the bridge there, how you had to wait for the trains. That was like a big deal for Meridian to get that bridge because you couldn't do anything in downtown because of that. Yeah. Let's start with what happened. We did have an overnight shooting, gunshots fired last night, and let me get my bearing straight here. This would be behind the mall, the old mall is where the shooting took place on A Street. And I'm looking for it here. Let's pull this up. Maybe I'll find it. Maybe I won't. Sometimes I'm quick at this. Sometimes I'm not. Let me find. Here's Meridian Police Department right here. As we zoom in on this, here's 22nd Avenue. Right over here. Let's zoom out where you can actually see where things are. right there. Here's the Children's Museum. Here's the Meridian Police Department. As you go up, this would be the bridge. And if you were to take a left and come down right past Magnolia Beverage, right at the end of here, 27th and A Street, shots were reported in that area. It was a gray vehicle involved, to my knowledge. And again, daylight is just coming up. We learn more after daylight. I don't think anything was damaged, but that is the area that it happened right there. So making sure I had that map pulled up right there is where shots were fired after the shooting last night. And you go, okay, well, I'm just waking up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
We back up a day. Let's go back to today's Friday. So this would have been early Thursday morning. We had our first report of a shot that happened in our area. Let me go over here and find this. This is the way we reported it. I talked about this early this morning. This was on 8th Street. Here's the U.S. Post Office. Right here at that corner, a car pulled over. Police were called to the scene. The guy was shot. It wasn't bad enough that he would go to the hospital, or maybe it would, but he refused to go. That stemmed to a shooting yesterday afternoon. We would find 2 people dead before the day is out here. Shots rang out. Numerous shots were fired. Someone was sitting in a car. Someone was outside of a car. They would walk down this area here, up on it, put on a mask, and shoot. Hopefully, we're going to hear something from the Meridian Police Department today of an update on this. But one was 17 years old. The other, I think, is 18 years old. Pretty close on the age of the 2 that were murdered yesterday.
I guess what I would love to know is, did they know the shooters? Were they? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I would say yes.
Okay.
This was not a random act. This was planned. This was thought out. They knew who they were going after, and they did it. And I talked about this morning. As you dig into this, this eventually will spill over, and innocent people are going to get shot because there was just tons of gunfire.
Yeah.
And those bullets go somewhere. This is a very weak video that I'm going to show you. This is not good quality, but is all I have at the time. I was not able to get there on scene, but this is where the cops were there on scene after the shooting happened. It's a little weak. It was recorded with an older phone, or the signal just wasn't good. But that was the scene of the cops there yesterday afternoon. Now, as you go back and you look at all these maps, as you'll remember, we talked about this last week. Let's go over here and look at the map here of what we've got going on in Meridian, Mississippi. Right here, last week, as we zoom in on this, right up here, we've had murders here before. Right here at Trustmark Bank, we had somebody drive here a few weeks ago, pull in here and park right here. A gentleman walks across the street right here, and then he gets right here to the tire shop, and they unload at him. And let's just drop this in here so you can see where we're at on this, of where all of this happened. Right there, let me turn around where you can see it. This is a bird's eye view of Google. Right there is where all of these windows now are. If you drive by it, you'll notice that there are windows shot out of this building. The shooter, let's go back here, was up this street right here. At the top of this hill, this gentleman walks across this street, and he gets about right there, and the gunman unloads at him. Now, he's not a good shot at all. He misses. Anybody remember that?
Yeah.
And he runs straight down through here. We watched the video of this. All these windows are shot out. Now, anybody could have been traveling down. This is Highway 19 or Highway 11.
Yeah, it's just a miracle, because that time of day, it is a busy time of day. And it's just a miracle that no one was hurt.
Let's just show you how close this is. Let's go down Highway 19. Let's just take a little trip. Here we go. All right, we pull up here to Mid-South Welding here at the red light. Everyone knows that's Chapman Plumbing right here. This is a popular red light. We've had shootings here. This is 5th Street is where this is. We go through this red light, and we're going to go past the tobacco shop, and here's the store. This is where the 2 were murdered. Dark came last night. Let's go on down just a block or 2. Here we go. We're traveling on down. We're going to pass Cash Salvage now, the ice plant. We're getting close to the bridge. You can take a left right here. Everybody know where we're at? Mm-hmm. Right there. Here's Meridian Honda. Last night, there was a left taken right here. Gunshots rang out. A car wrecked into the building here. Another car was involved. It did get hit by bullets. This car, when it crashed into the building, there's bullet holes, and we'll get pictures of it today, into the building all around the car. It's like a circle around the car. Whoever was shooting there also was not a good shot. There was a baby in the car. A miracle that child was not hurt. I mean, seriously. At first, I really thought there could have been someone really bad hurt with that. As we find out more about this, details are very sketchy right now. I did see some video from it early last night of people that were on the scene there. A lot of cops were there. It was a chase. They did get away. Where does this end? I'm telling you.
Maybe, I don't know what the answer is. I mean, I know that we're limited on law enforcement in some areas. Maybe they need to bring in an outside source, somebody to help. I don't know what the answer is. All I know is that I don't see how this can be tolerated anymore. I mean, it's gotten to the point to where it's, like you said, somebody innocent is going to get hurt, like the child that was in the car last night.
Now, is that connected with the shooting from earlier in the day? Everybody tells me absolutely. It also was a target, is what I'm told. That was not random. Mm-hmm. That what I don't know, and I can't tell you now, and I shot a text before we started the police, and they are still investigating, could not tell me more. Were the two cars that were involved in this right here last night, as we pull this back up where you can see, were they shooting at each other? I think, but I could not bet my life on it. I don't have a verified report of that. We do know that when that car took that turn real sharp and fast, it totaled the car. The car is, airbags went off the front of it. There's a fire hydrant that was taken out right there. Mm-hmm. So the car is a total loss. It hits the building. It had something to do with the shooting earlier in the day. We don't know the connection yet, but it is a tie-in. Now, I mentioned this. As you look at overall, let's go back to the map here. And I brought a good point up on all of this. Let me see if I can pull this up where you can see the map here. I'm not doing a good job of that, Candace.
No, my thing is, like, since a lot of this activity has happened around the same areas, why are not like more cameras installed and daily, maybe several times a day, are they not logged into and checked to see what activity is going on?
Let's go a step further and ask, where's our mayor? Where is our city council?
Yeah,
we need you.
There definitely needs to be some leadership step forward. If not on a daily basis, at least on a weekly basis, to give a press conference or something.
If there's a shooting, you should have an update for the citizens of your town immediately. That's just plain and simple. That's what great leaders do.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about the comment that I just made, but we do need to hear from you. Like me or not, you need to speak up. Yeah. We need to hear from you. What are you going to do about it? Let us know what you're doing. If you're doing something behind the scenes, we'd sure like to know about it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't y'all? Does anybody agree with me?
Oh, yeah. I mean, people want to know that they are safe.
Mm-hmm.
People want to know that they can come into the city and shop or whatever and be safe. And I don't think people feel that way right now. I mean, I can tell you, I don't feel safe when I go to certain areas.
A lot of people say that. Now, this is the chitter chatter. Now, again, I have nothing to back, and I just want you to know this is talk. This is my opinion, what I'm fixing to say. I get a lot of different texts from people across town. When they hear shots, they let me know. One of the first things I got last night was, "Hey, I'm lying on my floor. I just heard shots." Mm-hmm. This was just off Davis Street. These shots were heard as far away as 22nd Avenue. Now, what caused that? I would assume that when the gunfire went off, it hit a metal building and it was loud and it was heard. I'm telling you, all the way over to 22nd Avenue, mm-hmm. It was rapid fire. This was quick. Now, I keep getting told by different people that, well, look, you don't have to worry about downtown area. There's certain areas of Meridian that's not going to happen. It's all in these areas. Let's look at this map.
These areas are right down the road from where our students learn every day. I mean, this is like dire that this stuff gets taken care of and is not tolerated anymore. I mean, I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, don't say that and don't do this." And I even heard somebody this morning talking about people don't want to talk about it because they don't want to sound like we're trying to down anything. My thing is, don't sugarcoat it. Put it out there and handle it. Do something about it. Whatever it takes.
Now, this is the overview of Meridian. Right up here, this is Highway 39. How many shootings have we had in this area here? Over in this area here.
Right.
All back through here. And you look at the big map, we go over here toward the hospitals. Here we are. Here's Anderson's. All of this area through here, constant shooting. Look at this area right here.
Yeah.
Then this has become the next hot spot, right? Mostly on this west side. There's been a lot of shootings in here. And I mentioned this morning. I do have a map that has all the shootings plotted out. We'll go over that next week, and it shows what date they were shot, all of that. We'll share that. But as you look, there's not really an area of Meridian that's not being involved in it. There's been shots on I-20, cars passing through Meridian. We got to do something. It's just a matter of time before a family is gone out to eat somewhere that and we're going to go ahead and call it. This is gang members doing this.
Yeah.
That they see someone that they don't like. You're eating a snow cone or an ice cream or a hamburger, and they see somebody they don't like, and they're going to shoot at them. Your family's going to be hurt by them. We got to put a stop to it. Plain simple, that's the way things are.
Well, people that do things like this, they have no conscience about them. They have no respect. They don't have any kind of appreciation for what people have worked hard for, and people living in areas that want to live in peace. I mean, there is no peace when you have stuff like this going on.
No, there's not. So we'll get some more information on this as we dig deeper in this today and show you some pictures from it. I also have in my possession, I'm not sure it shows a lot, but I'm going to post it. I was given a video of a gentleman that happened to be passing with his dash camera yesterday as the shots rang out and the murder happened. That was sent to me overnight. I have not had a chance to really stare at it. And, of course, now it's going to focus on 19, but off to the side is where the shooting takes place. And you can hear it. He goes, oh. He realizes that it's a shooting going on as he passes the store. We're going to put that out there for you to watch.
Okay. But if anybody has any bit of information that could possibly help to bring these people, to justice, I mean, please, if you have to do an anonymous call, if you have to do an anonymous tip somehow, get it in.
That's what happens there. This is what we've got going on. A robbery, I mentioned this also. Philadelphia IA, they're not around crime either. Maria's, a restaurant was armed robbery. Look at this. Again, you can read this and more at sammedia.network. Gunpoint.
Yeah.
Walked in, they took about $500 from them. No one was hurt. The chase is on. There's very limited information. They know what he was wearing, and they know which way he ran. But if you know something in Philadelphia, contact Chief Eric Lyons. He'd love to hear from you.
I saw where they're looking for someone in Union also.
Yes.
A guy.
They sure are. They didn't give an explanation as to why they're looking for him, but the Union PD has someone of interest they'd like to know about also.
Yeah.
Always good to share information there as things come about.
Did they ever catch anybody remember the guy who robbed the store down from the airports? Do you know what I'm talking about? At gunpoint. Had the ball cap on?
No.
Okay.
To my knowledge, he has not been arrested. The country-sounding guy is the way it was worded. The country robber is what we'll call him. Now, they did get the yes ma'am robber.
I want to see the cap again. Because I just want to see the cap again.
You want to buy one?
No, this other guy had a ball cap on yesterday.
Which guy?
In Union that they were looking for. I don't know what he's what they're wanting him for, but he had a ball cap on it also. Just kind of wonder.
Okay, well, let's see here. I can pull up the Union Police Department.
Might not even be the same, ball cap.
I couldn't tell you. I didn't.
Right.
Yeah, it's Union PD, I think is what it's called. Then again, this is live. I apologize.
I'm randomly, I throw things out there, and Scotty Ray has to try to find stuff. But
here is, I don't think it's the same person.
Yeah, maybe it's not the same person, but
that's who they're looking for in Union. I don't see a connection.
I don't know what they're looking for him for. I mean, who knows?
The face is different.
Well, the other guy had a mask on, so I don't know. Remember, he had this thing pulled up.
Right.
So I don't know. But, yeah.
All right, that's a recap of what we had in shootings yesterday in the Meridian area. Do you need to be extremely careful this weekend? Absolutely. Anywhere you go, anything that you do, be cautious. As I said, I get a lot of messages, and people are very concerned about retaliation this weekend of what's coming up. I'm sure that police will be on extra high guard, out patrolling along with the sheriff's department. But I'm not trying to make anybody panic. I don't want y'all to think that. But if you go somewhere, know your surroundings. Always look. If something looks suspicious, get out of there. That's the best advice.
Or call somebody. Let them know. If you see something that doesn't look quite right, or you see something that a car looks like it's kind of cased in an area or something, just give somebody a call, a heads up.
As I said, is the people that know these things, as they tell me that there will be, what's the word for it? Somebody's got to pay for what happened yesterday, and gangs settle it. They don't go to court. They don't have an argument. They take lives, and they're going to settle this score for what happened. Now, can I be wrong? Absolutely. Let's hope I am. But that's the way it looks. We got more on the way. Y'all don't rush off. We're not going to depress you all morning. We're not going to scare you all morning. We got some smiles coming up. We'll shift gears and look at a few other things that are going on in our area. That's all on the way.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Chet's Paint and Body, you'll find them in Center Hill. What do? Well, they fix cars. That's all they do. You know why? Because they're good at that. They chose a profession that they like, and they got to be excellent at it. No matter what the case is with where you've had a big old deer or maybe a cow decided, well, they wanted to back up against your vehicle. How many times that happens? Seriously, you go to the pasture to feed something, and they get friendly. And the next thing you know, your whole side of your car and truck is caved in.
That would be bad.
I've never been on a safari. I don't know what else could happen, but in our area, cows do that. As we look at front-end damage, that's a pretty common thing, especially with slick streets. As we look to Sunday, be careful. You'll slide into something and damage it. Maybe somebody ran a red light, whoop, tapped the side of your truck, your car. They fix all of this from front-end damage, and they do it with a smile. They do it with their word. That's what's made Chet so successful all these years. Honesty, they give you a time frame that's going to be done. If they tell you they fix it, they do. See them. Find out why so many people trust this bunch. It's Chet's Paint and Body. You'll find them here in Meridian, 737-2961. They'll take the worry out of everything that goes on with them. See them. Right. You'll enjoy yourself while you're visiting there. Out where the old gin used to be. There at the Split.
With you talking about
what is
cows backing into your vehicle, if you've ever gone over, I guess it's around Brandon, where they have the little, you can drive through and see all the animals and feed them and stuff, the safari thing they call it.
I've never been to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, McLean Lodge.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. McLean Lodge, that's right.
Yes.
You can feed the animals, but they get right up against your vehicle too. And somebody, I think it was my son, or somebody's vehicle, my son was trying to feed one of them, and one of them kicked at him. So you never.
And there's like bison. There are like bighorn sheep. We've actually done it several times, and we always make sure we take the scratcher up of the two vehicles.
Yeah.
But you basically get these giant cups, and they will put their head. The ostriches are the meanest ones. They think they're gonna get their head in your vehicle and basically take your eye out.
We had them stand in the road and block the road where we couldn't drive. These big longhorn. The big longhorn cows.
Boss hog up on your hood.
But it's neat. You see deer, all kind of stuff. It's neat. Take the kids.
Let's take a step back in time and let's go back to 1933. Who was born on this date? Somewhere in America, he's high as a kite right now. There's no other way to word this. We can try to word it differently, but, well, we all know it's true. He's got a birthday. Willie Nelson, celebrating his birthday. I'm sure he knows where he is.
I bet he loves, if he ever got to see that, he's high as a kite.
Well, that's maybe your immune system gets up to it, but the countless times that Willie's been arrested in states for marijuana on him, and you constantly see video of him partaking of that. You even saw it on your favorite TV show that, well, scarred us all. Yeah. The Dukes of Hazzard, him smoking marijuana up in the outhouse with the governor.
That was the remake, right?
It bothered me. I still have nightmares about it.
That wasn't one of the good old episodes. It was the remake that I didn't care for. But anyway.
Most people, especially those that are hooked on country music, if I were to scream "Leaving Louisiana" in the broad daylight, they would know exactly what I was talking about. Trying to love two women is like a ball and chain. One's got my money, one's got my heart. Oh, country songs, aren't they great? Dwayne Allen is having a birthday today. He's the lead singer of the Oak Ridge Boys. I always liked them.
Now, are they all still living?
Yes.
Did they do any kind of?
Yes.
Okay.
They were at the Riley Center a few years back.
Okay.
I follow them on Facebook, and
I love the Oak Ridge Boys. I used to listen to them all the time when I was little.
Sail on. The list of songs that they did is just Elvira. That's one of the big ones that a lot of people will know. She played tambourines with a silver jingle. She must have known the words to it, at least to me. The Y'all Come Back Saloon is what that song is. Okay. It's country. You understand the words. Oh, it's the greatest concept I've ever heard of. 1951, there's not a soul around that doesn't know this next guy. He would lose his life in tragedy. But he was born on this day in 1951, and he is what you would call a true, a sportsman hero, I guess is what you'd call it. He did what the average guy wanted to do. Who am I talking about? Dale Earnhardt. The man.
The one and only.
The Intimidator.
So did you watch racing?
Well, I mean, I feel like if you grow up where we are, it's like part of culture, right? That's just what you do.
People loved him, and just such a hard, what was he like, 47, 48, somewhere around there when he died?
I don't know. I just remember that day it was so tragic because when that happened, I just remember hearing the commentators saying, he's not moving. Because it wasn't
that bad of a wreck.
It wasn't.
It didn't look
I've seen 10 times worse, and people live through it and walk out of it. But yeah, when he hit that wall, it's just like he curved around and boom, hit the wall, and I guess it broke his neck or something. It did something, but
it left us, and the number 3 is just like the number.
Yeah,
it will always be cherished and associated with him, no matter what happens. Richard Petty was great. Everybody knows him, but Dale. He stole the hearts of Americans. That's without a doubt. Yeah. I can almost visualize Candace being somewhere around 16, 17 years old and wanting to date a guy like this. He's got a birthday next, and we all don't act like he did the gold chains and the, what was he, carefree. Maybe that's the word. Anybody remember this guy? It was 1944 that he was born. Larry from Three's Company.
Oh, man. He was like my teenage heartthrob when you watch the reruns. Yes.
That was such a common thing, the gold chain.
He kind of had the fur going on the chest, too.
But he was...
was his character Jack? I think, wasn't it Jack?
Jack was his best friend.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack was the main.
Yeah. That was Larry.
Okay.
His next-door neighbor that always got him into something.
Yeah.
But what a great show that was.
Yeah, he was always trying to find a chick.
What was the name of that?
A girlfriend.
What was the name of that? The little beer joint downstairs that they always went to, the Regal Beagle? Is that it?
Oh, yeah, Regal Beagle. I guess that's what it was. Then the Ropers lived downstairs,
Right.
The landlord, the Ropers.
Alan said he thinks he was around 50 years old when he passed away. One of the funniest comics that ever took a mic and stood on stage and would come up with a show called It's the Show About Nothing. And you hear that and you think, that ain't going to be funny until you watched it. And then you're like, hooked.
I mean, didn't they pretty much just make that up as they went along? Did they have a script?
Oh, yeah, they had to have a script.
I think they might have had like a storyline to kind of go by, but I don't think they went by a strict.
I think it was more like bullet points. Like, we want to start here, and we want to end here, and we're not really sure where we're going in between. Yeah. Probably a lot like you guys' morning show, right? Yeah. We have a goal, but what happens in between the bullet points?
There is absolutely nothing scripted about this.
Yeah, that's not.
I would
definitely not.
I wouldn't know how to. If I had to do like people that have it, on the screen in front of them, I'd be lost. I'd be leaning in trying, wait a minute, I can't read that word, y'all.
Yeah.
It's got to flow, act naturally with me.
Yeah, I was going to sell insurance one time. I'm not a scripted type person, and I was going to sell insurance one time, but I thought...
hold it. Pitch me. Give me a sales pitch. Let me see how well you do.
I'm not doing that.
Come on, sell me some
That's
insurance.
been years back.
What kind of insurance, though, right? Like health
It was
insurance?
life insurance.
Oh, ouch.
And so I went and got my license to sell. And I thought I was going to be out doing face-to-face, going and speaking to people about it and stuff like that. No, they wanted to stick me in this call center and do this scripted thing to where I had to call and do cold calls to people. And half of them had already passed, but they passed away, So I'm not that tight, so I didn't do it.
Do y'all remember the story that Jerry Clower told about Mr. Doodah?
I don't think so.
Do y'all remember that? They went fishing, and Mr. Doodah died. He drowned in the lake.
Oh, goodness.
And they were all standing there and decided that somebody had to go tell his wife that he had died. And nobody wanted to do it, and they picked the one in the crowd that was he said it was kind of like Mel Tillis. He couldn't talk. He had a speech impediment, but he could sing. And he knocks on the door, and he couldn't get it out. And he goes, guess who drowned in the lake today? Doodah. Doodah.
Oh, my goodness.
Jerry Clower told the stories that were just so funny and wholesome.
I think he's the same one that had the joke about the Bible salesman, right?
I would probably say so.
Someone who had I grew up with a speech impediment, and I remember it because they said that the Bible salesman would go up to the door and he would say, "Would you like to buy Bible?"
There you go.
And that's how you do outreach ministry. You convince people to buy a Bible, so that way they're not standing on your front porch.
And
I love Jerry Clower.
You just grew to know Uncle Versi. You felt like they were part of your family as he told those stories. We go to 1958 next, of someone else that was born. They would come into your house probably every afternoon, somewhere around 4:15 every afternoon. Yeah, who am I talking about? Well, Jan.
Yeah.
She was born today. You don't know her as Eva Elaine Plum, but that's Jan.
Marsha.
Yeah, she was always the jealous of her.
Yes,
Sister
the poor little middle
Marsha.
child.
So that remake was absolutely funny. I don't know if y'all ever watched that, but the remake of the Bradys.
Well, Marsha looked so much like, Marsha, did she not? The one that they had on the remake.
And when they
She's married to Ben Stiller, if I'm not mistaken. The one that
Wait, is that the one where they take a trip to Hawaii?
No, that was the remake, the Brady remake. This was the one they done in the 90s to where, and they put that sheet up where Greg and Marsha were going to share the attic, and they started having feelings for each other.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
I rolled. We go to 1958. Also, another lady was born that you would see in the movies and grow to like. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what she looks like today, but this was a couple years ago. 1958, Michelle Pfeiffer. Wasn't she Catwoman?
I think she was, yeah. She was. She is a pretty lady, though. And as far as I know, I don't think she's done a lot of what some of the stars have done, the plastic surgery and all that. I think she's kind of
Probably
aged
not
gracefully. Some of them are really
Wouldn't it be bad to be
scary
zipped up in that cat outfit of Catwoman and then go, oh, I got to go to the bathroom again. Y'all come unzip me, because that thing was skin tight.
Yeah.
1967, this song is still sang today, and it's screamed at a lot of men. Yeah. Y'all remember this in Aretha Franklin?
Yes.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T?
Queen Aretha.
She's good.
She really is.
Bless her heart, you can't help but love her music. 1978, let's go back and stand in that grocery store line. I was 9 years old. You look over, and who's on the cover of TV Guide? Oh, it's Squiggy.
Lenny and Squiggy.
Laverne and Shirley. That's what was going on in 1978. It is so hard to imagine that has been that long ago, that Laverne and Shirley was the popular TV show. They're gone now. You're not going to see those. So which one did you find more attractive there? Was it Lenny or Squiggy that you thought was just... let me pull the picture back up so you can choose again.
Yeah, I'm going to take a hard pass on either there. Yeah.
That's what I say, too. Yeah. And I think Squiggy's voice just was like... Chalkboard, fingernails going down the chalkboard.
You're probably right on that. 1980, this guy would pass away. He was one of the scariest people as a kid that I remembered. Alfred Hitchcock passed away. He always brought you those scary late night shows and voiced them and made you want to run.
I never liked scary stuff.
The concept of this came about. They were in a honky tonk. Somebody walks over they're talking and leans against a jukebox, and it fell over. Mm-hmm. And Alan goes, "Man, don't rock the jukebox." And whoop, there it was, and a song came to be. It would be later released. A song was written from that.
So how about he's doing a tour actually this summer, and I'm really trying to convince my husband that we have to go to that.
Oh, you have to.
I think he's actually calling it the Fair World Tour.
He is like the ultimate.
Because he's got some physical stuff going on with him.
Yeah.
Medical.
Being able to stand up very long. 1992, maybe you don't remember this song, but if you heard it, you would know it. Dan Seals had a #1 song on this date back in 92 called LOA. Ooh, it was upbeat. It was fun. And I hope you remember it. If not, look it up on YouTube here in a little bit. We'd play it or they'd get upset. I almost forgot about this TV show, but this would be the last show that it premiered. This was it. 1995, tonight you'd sit down and it would be no more. It was called Empty Nest. Anybody remember that?
That's Christy McNichol, isn't it?
Couldn't tell you.
Over there to the left in the blue.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Really?
Yeah, I know the guy in the middle. I don't know his name, but I remember the show.
Yeah.
Empty Nest was the name of that show.
Okay.
It ended. 2018, Gunsmoke would be left in the dust. The record would be broke. The Simpsons would finally surpass Gunsmoke of having the longest running TV show on television. And it happened to date.
And
Gunsmoke held it.
That's when our culture just decided to morally decay.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I just do not understand the excitement about that. The Simpsons.
It's been on so long. And I have to say, I've never watched the first episode, ever.
Yeah.
I'm probably one in a million.
I've never watched a full one. I've watched little snippets here and there, and I'm like, what is the...
Every now and then, if you're lucky, you'll get to see this come on television. It's black and white, but boy, what a good show. The Rifleman. A year ago, John Crawford passed away. He played the little boy in The Rifleman. He passed away on this date 1 year ago today. Can you believe that? Boy, I sure like that show. Chuck Connors always had a moral to his stories also. Always good stuff there. So there you go. Let's take a minute to talk about Maple's one-stop shop. If you need a little gasoline today, they've got that for you. And, of course, they're going to be releasing the menu of what's coming up with all the great food that they've got today. If you're looking for a sandwich, they've got that. And as we get into the menus coming up, check them out. Chevron over at St. Paul Street. The Loyalty Coffee Program, as I get more tongue-tied as I try to say it.
They're having good.
The Yoyalty.
Yeah. Loyalty.
Cold drinks, candy bars, sunflower seeds, you name it, they have it there for you. And it's going to be a clean store. That's their motto. They want it to where you can take your mom in there and not be worried. Always clean, including ice cream. See them. 6 locations scattered across town. All of them are clean and spick and span. See them. Visit with them. Find a friend today.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
I've lived in Mississippi my entire life. The people of Mississippi are my people. So when someone from here comes to me for help, I take that personally. Always have, always will. One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we bring about the tragedy that has happened in the state of Mississippi. Carl the chicken has been murdered.
Oh, my goodness.
And this is like a for real deal. Ocean Springs, Mississippi, Carl was known as the town mascot. He walked around, done what he wanted. He roosted at night. Everybody knew him downtown until the gang showed up the other night and murdered him. Now, the lady has been fired from her job as cameras tracked down. A lady named Kendra alleged, let me word it that way, Kendra Schaefer, 35, a corrections officer in Jones County, is accused with this. The Sheriff's Department has relieved her of her duties since then. She is seen on camera toting the Carl from his roost, accompanied by 3 or 4 other men. From what I understand, it was a awful death that Carl went through.
Oh my goodness, that is horrible.
He may have been a chicken, but everybody loved him. Yeah. It's kind of like the town cat, except they had a rooster.
Yeah.
This is sad that this happens in the state of Mississippi.
That's awful. I mean,
So that's headlines across that, and she's no longer working at her job as they relieved her of her duties in her connection with that. Governor Tate Reeves has put a big veto on this. I don't know if y'all are up to date on all this, but he's put it's not happening. Several $1 million is cutting out golf course projects around the state that he's not going to be giving money to. Let's see here. $7.5 million was earmarked for development with, economic impact. He got rid of that. A ton of these golf course and parking garages around the state. They're trying to save money on that. We'll see what happens with the governors. It may be reintroduced with that.
I think a lot more needs to be put into law enforcement. Get this mess taken care of.
Yeah. The United States sees their very first Marine killed helping the Ukrainians. This broke early this morning. Fox News was the first to report it. Willie Joseph Castle, 22, was killed while fighting alongside Ukrainian forces with a private security firm. So we pass along condolences to a U.S. family that has lost someone.
He left behind a wife and a 7-month-old. It's awful.
As we look around here, the Johnny Depp trial will be kicking off here in just a little while. And this deepens every day. They even say it goes back to the honeymoon, to where he had scratches on his face, to where she went after him on the honeymoon. So this started off rocky.
Yeah, that would have been a big red flag there. Of course, I'm sure the honeymoon wasn't the first time. I mean, I wouldn't think that she would have shown true colors just on the honeymoon.
I would think that he really hates he left his wife for this woman.
Yeah.
And y'all have to help me on this one. Somebody has made an announcement that they're leaving their job after 8 years, and I don't even know who he is. You know why? Because it's too late for me. The Late Show. The announcer on it, they've tried to get him to stay, but he's gone. James Corden, you ever watched that show?
I want to say he's that...
Here's a picture of him.
Okay, yeah, he's funny. He does those... isn't he the guy that does car karaoke with the stars? Have you ever seen that?
Wow.
He'll be in a car and he'll do like karaoke with. He'll have a star get in. And drive around with them, and they do like karaoke. I can't
Carpool.
Carpool.
Is that what it is?
I guess so.
I can't stay up that late. Wow. Now, I put this up on our page last night about baby formula, and boy, there's a lot of comments about this.
My daughter has been looking for a specific kind. Yes. There is a shortage.
And let me see if I can find this on our page here. It's just comment after comment of people that can't find what they're looking for.
Yeah. I know she uses like her little boy has to have Gentle Ease, I think is the name of the formula, because of
shells are bad.
Stomach issues with him and stuff. So
that's it. And let me go back here and just look at some of the comments.
I don't understand what's up with that.
Manufacturing is the best that I can tell you there. We've had a lot of comments on this, and if we go to some of these replies here. Now, I also mentioned on this, Pilgrim's Food Line in DeKalb said if you're having issues, check with them. They may have exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
Contact the companies. It has a lot to do here. This explains a lot right there. It says WIC went to vouchers instead of handing out the actual product. So the people that were receiving WIC now have to go to a store and buy it off the shelf instead of getting it directly from it, how they used to hand out the food and all that at one time. That's interesting there.
Yeah.
And then
but I think they had to get exactly what they're allotted for.
Correct.
Like they can't get...
If that voucher says you got to buy this brand, you can't buy something else.
Right. They can't.
And as you kind of hinted at there's babies that can only have certain formulas. You can't just switch.
Right. My grandson has to have the Gentle Ease because he has a little stomach gassiness and stuff. And so she started him on Gentle Ease, and it agrees with him. And so she's been hunting that. So.
And somebody said Anderson's Pharmacy is now carrying formula. That's an extra place to go there. Just scanning down all these different comments there, and it's a lot there.
Yeah. So if you know of somewhere that does carry these products, you can send us an inbox, and maybe we can put it out there.
Here's another picture somebody sent in. Look at that. That's a bare, empty shelf there. So if you've got a picture of that, you're more than welcome to add your picture to that so others can see that also. But that's a big scary thing of being without baby formula. Mothers depend on it. So we'll keep you apprised of that. And if you've got any advice for people that are out looking for that, make sure to put that there. Let's see here. This is one of the things that happened yesterday. Let me just show you a quick snip of how this looks here. This car was going down the road and was slammed in and basically sandwiched. They stole his car. That's how it went down. One of the new ways that criminals are doing things. You wouldn't see that even coming.
No.
Similar to the old trick to where people would hit you from behind, you get out to check on your car, and then they would rob you. But that's out there.
That is crazy. So they sandwich the car in that's in the center, and that's the car they're trying to steal.
Yes. Okay. And they did take that car.
I'd have my doors locked, and if one stepped in front of it, had it be you.
They a lot of people do that. It's sometimes best to wait in your car until police arrive. And it truly is something for you to keep in mind there if you ever get an offender bender, especially where it's a part of town you go, I don't know if I want to get out here.
Right.
Now, it can happen in any part of any city, any town.
I mean, there was people all go everywhere. Busy street.
And then they got on top of his car. It's just, woo. Criminals.
Oh,
we'll have an update here pretty soon. I'll have to check my, I think we're getting some messages from the police department here in a minute. We'll be able to load that.
Ann Hall said some brands of dog food are also a shortage of those on the shelves, and I have seen that. And my husband was telling me the other day, like, shoe polish. He could not find shoe polish anywhere the other day.
Really?
Yes. He said it was like empty, bare. So he did end up finding it at the Western store the other day. So.
You want to know the last time I polished a boot? Nah.
Well, he wasn't trying to give it a shine. He was just trying to make them look better, I think.
Look a little better?
So, yeah. But anyway, that's one of the things you'd think, why in the world would we have a shortage of shoe polish? What you doing with shoe polish out there?
I can give y'all a hint. Ain't nothing made in America no more. They shut it down and moved it with President Clinton and NAFTA.
Yeah.
And now we, years later, have the issues from this. Knew it would catch up. It's here.
Yeah.
Wow. Check it all out there. As we turn to talk about our friends over at Snowden and Company, if you need a home, boy, get on the list here and talk to them. Let them know exactly what you want. When a home comes available, what you're after, Snowden and Company will be there to help you get it there. This is some of the folks that's used them. Lots of people do this. You'll see the for sale signs all throughout our area. Then you'll see that big sold sign. Why? They're dependable. They're trustworthy. They stand behind what they do as well. When they give you paperwork, they tell you exactly what's inside. They're not going to hide anything. They'll be there through about 5 o'clock this afternoon. They'll stay late if they need to. Appointment only on Saturday. They'll be closed on Sunday. But these are a few of the homes. Now, it updates daily. SnowdenRealEstate.com. Don't miss anything. Visit yourself. Take a look at the house. Scroll through there. And then if you want to see more about it, you can schedule the appointment. Lauderdale, Kemper, Newton, all the way over toward Jackson, Flowood. You want to see a home there? They've got it, and they can help you in any way. From getting just land to placing a mobile home on it, or maybe you just want to get it all together there. Buy a mobile home with already established. They can do that too. See them. Snowden and Company, one of the greatest people you'll bump when it comes to this. See her. She'll help you. That's Amanda, and this is her staff, 453-3937. That's the number to call. They'll help you.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike and Jake have years of experience of dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent, truly cares about his customers and makes it easy to get you the coverage you need at a competitive price that you can afford. Michael can tell you more about homeowner insurance. Maybe you've just bought a new mobile home, or you're renting for the first time and need insurance. Let Alpha protect your family with life insurance. And as your business grows, so does your insurance need. Michael Swansea, your Alpha Insurance agent. Call him at 601-938-0123.
If you or a loved one has been in a serious car accident, call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates.
We'll come to you, work to get you the right medical care, and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. One call, that's all.
Call attorney Richard Schwartz and Associates today.
This hour has flown.
Mm-hmm. It has flown by, really.
Don't forget about the fishing rodeo tomorrow at QV Sykes. They're also going to have the play going on at Clarkdale tonight if you can make it out for that. And as always, if you've got an event, let us know about it. We'll share it and let everyone know.
Yes. We hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. It looks like it's going to be pretty until Sunday, and then get your umbrellas out.
We'll let you know anything happens in the area for the latest news and headlines, all right here with the Scotty Ray Report. Thank y'all. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, stay safe.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: